So your question is that as more things become available only on apps, how will we respond to that, whether it's a book or music or a film? As apps become available, that things will be provided on our website. Right now, there are copyright issues with a lot of things. One of our best databases is finding magazine articles, things that are published that aren't readily accessible to the public. And we pay for these databases, and they're expensive. But our patrons really appreciate them because they have access to them through their library card. Our focus is on technology. So at this point in time, we're all trying to come up to speed to help people download books to whatever device they may have. It's hard to predict the future. The technology is only going to accelerate. I mean, we're going to be talking about things just 2 years from now that we haven't heard of right now. And I think we all know that, and younger people kind of expect that kind of acceleration with technology, and we'll try to respond to that.
So for the past year and a half, my team at Push Pop Press and Charlie Melchers and Melcher Media have been working on creating the first feature-length interactive book. It's called Our Choice, and the author is Al Gore. It's the sequel to An Inconvenient Truth, and it explores all the solutions that will solve the climate crisis.
I believe that reading is about experiencing joy, and that you learn something about yourself and the world with every book that you read, whether it's a romance, a biography, or the latest literary novel.
As the globe spins, we can see our location, and we can open the book and swipe through the chapters to browse the book.
So when I'm not playing Angry Birds on my iPad or Plants vs. Zombies on my computer, I obsessively think about why people like the books they like.
And throughout the book, there's over an hour of documentary footage and interactive animations. So you can open this one.
Most modern wind turbines consist of a large...
It starts playing immediately, and while it's playing, we can pinch and peek back at the page, and the movie keeps playing.
So when we want a book, when we say, or when we desire to read a book exactly like the one we just finished reading, what we want to do is to replicate or recreate a pleasurable experience that we've had. That headlong rush to the last page, that falling into a character's life, the deeper understanding we might have gotten of a place or a particular time.
But one of the coolest things in this book are the interactive infographics. This one shows the wind potential all around the United States. But instead of just showing us the information, we can take our finger and explore.
I now believe that in all works of fiction and narrative nonfiction, every one of those books are made up of 4 experiential elements. I call these doorways, because when you open a book, read a few pages, and decide to go on reading it, what you have done is chosen to enter the world of that book.
Librarians are still playing the role that they've always played, sort of information specialists, but also social worker. There's always going to be a little bit of that mix. We see new library school graduates as being a godsend because they still have that mission of wanting to do good in the world, but they have the technical skills that will get us where we need to be. So as long as we can keep, encouraging people to go into the profession, I think we're going to be healthy. But yeah, without the technical skills, I'm just so grateful that there are people that are still interested and still see and understand the mission of the library, which is to serve all people and provide access. So, I think the future is bright. But just like everybody else, we're subject to what happens to the economy and what people value. And this is why I value the people of King County, because I think they've got their priorities straight. They're not afraid to tax themselves for the greater good, put their money into human services, which is what we are.